The moment you've all been waiting for. The winner of the 12x15 Walter Payton frame poster will be announced today after I give a few announcements. Today, I'm going to go over 3 players that I think the Chicago Bears could get in free agency that would instantly make them a contender next year. The Bears do have the most cap entering the 2023 NFL offseason with $93 million before they cut players. Ryan Poles has a lot of young yet big name guys that he can go after and turn things around instantly. The guys I'm going to hit on today are Daron Payne, defensive tackle, Jawaan Taylor, offensive tackle, Kaleb McGary, offensive guard. Why a defensive tackle and 2 offensive linemen? This year's draft is stacked with defensive ends, linebackers, and wide receivers. Free agency, not as much. So why waste money to not get top talent that you can get in the draft? And why waste draft picks on not top talent when you can get that in free agency? Say that 3 times fast. As always, make sure you hit the like button on this video. Put your thoughts in the comment section below of who you think the Bears should take up in free agency. And if you haven't already, please hit the subscribe button. I don't know if everyone has a cold right now. I know that I do, and a lot of people around me do, so I apologize for the raspy voice. And now, the winner of the 4,000 subscriber prize is Mike Bacon. Dead serious, Mike Bacon. Great name. Mike, if you please can, reach out to us at our email, our Instagram, or Twitter. We'll look out for your message, and we'll get in contact how we can get you your prize. Thanks to everyone for all your support so far, and if you're already subscribed now, you're already automatically in for the 5,000 subscriber giveaway, which hopefully will be happening pretty soon. So let's jump into the first guy, Daron Payne. Daron Payne is a 6'3", 320-pound defensive lineman who is a 5-year pro, all with the Washington Commanders. Drafted in 2018 out of Alabama with the 13th overall pick, he is only 25 years old and entering the prime of his career. In 2022, as a defensive tackle, he had 62 total tackles, 30 solo, 32 assists, along with 11.5 sacks, which is insane for a defensive lineman. 18 tackles for loss, along with 18 quarterback hits, 1 safety, and 5 pass deflections. Yes, he's only a defensive lineman, and he has stats all over the board. This guy is clearly a beast and could be a huge upgrade for the Chicago Bears. I mean, with those stats, what else do you want? He is a monster who would be an instant improvement in the quarterback pressure game, just overall the defensive line game, somewhere where the Bears struggled this past season, and would bring this team up to new heights. And kind of like what I was saying earlier with the defensive end front, the Bears potentially trade back, or even with the number 1 overall pick, go and get Will Anderson Jr. That's your defensive end, and you have your defensive tackle that is going to raise hell. Let's go into the second guy I want to talk about, Jawaan Taylor. 6'5", 312-pound offensive tackle who's a 4-year pro drafted out of Florida in the 2nd round by the Jaguars. He'll be 25 years old at the start of next season and is a young guy who's reliable and could be an upgrade at right tackle. In 66 career games, he has 66 starts with a total of 4,311 snaps, only with 19 penalties and only allowed 19 sacks. Pretty darn impressive if you ask me. I would love to pick this guy up, and I would give him the bag for sure. Definitely worth it from a reliability standpoint. And even with those stats, he's expected to have a lower market value because he's not too well known at the moment. But, you know, videos like this obviously get the attention of analysts and definitely will raise his value. His size alone is missing on our offensive line. He's also a slim offensive lineman, a proven protector, a great run blocker and pass blocker, and has natural instincts in order to hold his own. Young guy and can be a centerpiece for a long time, would definitely want him. Let's go into the last guy of the day, going back to the offensive line. At the guard position, I'm going with Kaleb McGary, a 6'6", 306-pound guard, a 5-year pro drafted out of Notre Dame in the 1st round by the Falcons, has worked with offensive lineman coach Chris Morgan already with the Bears, so you have a relationship there, but he has an 86.6 PFF grade, which is one of the highest of all linemen. 28 years old at the start of next season. He's got 1 more big contract left in him, and he's a beast of a player. Out of 63 career games, he has 62 starts with only 4 penalties last season. He has a total of 15 penalties over his career, and that is something that the Chicago Bears definitely want. As you know, as we know, penalties kill drives. Bears got better at this past year compared to the previous season, but still could use an upgrade. His size alone makes him an absolute stellar player, but also his proven protection, and look at that grade, 86.6. Quick moves to adjust to defenders. He's also able to take on bigger defensive tackles, size for size comparison, and he also has great natural instincts in and is a leader in Atlanta. He's probably going to want a big contract, looking at 4 years, $70.9 million. But hey, I would pay him $17.7 million a season. Don't mind that at all. Those are my three guys who I think could instantly turn the Chicago Bears into a contender next year. You give Fields time, you get pressure on our opposing quarterbacks, and I really like what Ryan Poles could do with these guys. Put your thoughts in the comment section below of who you think the Bears could go out and get, specifically 3 players in free agency. But with that, thank you very much for joining this episode of Just Another Year Chicago. My name is Nick Rohde, and we'll see you guys next time.